Right then, people, a lovely, hot, sunny day, which means only one thing: lots of aircon jobs. We have this Seat Leon in. Been down to Kwik Fit. It's becoming a popular theme here, this Kwik Fit situation, but I'm unsure why. But they have done the aircon regas. Customer's taken it away. It was still hot. She took it back to them. They plugged into it and said it needs a condenser, which I couldn't quite work out, because if you're doing an aircon regas, you wouldn't put the gas in if it was leaking. So how have they put the gas in when potentially it needs a condenser because it's leaking? Who knows, guys? But let me spin you around and show you what we got. We have just connected the low and high pressure together. And as you can see on here, we have gas in the system. So my first question is, how can they come to that conclusion that it needs a condenser when there's clearly gas in the system? So let's have a quick look, see what we got. Okay, so we'll start it up. Oh. We've got aircon on. Turn it up. No lights on. Let's go to my trusty diagnostics and we will have a look in there. Let me get in here because it's getting a bit... Right, so you can see. Right. So we've got various faults with the car. I'll show you just out of the interest of, so you know that we're not mucking around here. Coolant temperature, range performance, glow plug, tyre, pressure warning, interior sensor, outside there, yeah. As you can see, nothing on there for air conditioning, guys, yeah? This is what we're looking at. So if we go to the air conditioning part of it, we have got no fault codes. So first thing we're going to do, we've got no fault codes, so we're going to go in and look at the live data. First things first. That is exactly what we should be doing. So let's have a quick look at what we've got going on here. As you can see, it says on there 6.4 bar. So we know that the pressure reading is reading correct. So we've got 6.4 bar on here. If I go out here and have a quick look on the machine, you will see that that marries up with what we have got on there. So we're happy that the pressure sensor there is reading correctly. We have got the AC button, so let's see what happens when we use the button. There we go. So AC button is off. When we switch it on, you can see active, and it is given compressor speed. So we know that when we switch that off, it's taking current from the compressor, and we can see that the speed drops off. So we know that the system's operating as it should do. So we know we've got 6.4 bar. We know the button is working, and we know that the compressor speed is working. So why is the aircon not working? Let's go and have a look, guys, and find out. So let's have a look to see, first things first, if the compressor is actually operating. Oh my god, look at that. Let me turn this off, guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. The bolt is sticking out of the clutch compressor. Can you see that? Very, very strange. Been down to Kwik Fit, regassed it, told it needs a condenser. Well, that's weird because it's holding pressure. We've got gas in it, I've looked on the live data, everything's working as it should do. So, what's going to happen when we tighten that bolt? Will the aircon start working? Let's do it. Right, so we have got the sear on the ramp. We noticed when we checked, everything seemed to be working on the live data. We can see that it's got aircon gas in it. So I don't know where Kwik Fit got. It needs a condenser, because if it needed a condenser, there wouldn't be gas in it. So, and if they put it on the machine wouldn't put the gas in unless the vacuum test came back right. So can't work out what Kwik Fit have done, but they did charge the customer. She came in with hot aircon. She drove out with hot aircon, and they still charged her. So she's down here now complaining about the situation. So let's see what we can do. So what we're going to do, just take off the under tray. From what I could see from the top, the bolt had actually come out of the compressor. So therefore, when the clutch is starting to engage and disengage, it can't, because it can't press up against the bolt to release. So basically what was happening is it's not doing anything. So let's see if our calculations are right or whether I'm wrong. Let's go. Yeah. But we're going to do this in front of you so you can see that there's no funny business going on, just in case Kwik Fit come after me. But there will be people in the video going, oh, he's using a gun. Oh, he's using a gun.
I'm not using a gun.
There you go. Ed China's not using a gun. He's using a gun. He's not a proper mechanic. Don't worry, it's only on setting 1. It's only on setting 1, guys. No need to worry. Oh, a couple of duggers there. Oh, the engines fell out. That's it, just lift it up from there, yeah. That's it. Right, let me grab my torch so you guys can come and see wherever the torch has gone.
That one there.
Right. Right, so if you can come here, let me show you. This is what I could see from the top, guys. There you go. Right, so if you look up there, you see that bolt? See how far that's sticking out? So then what was happening was the clutch was, well, it was sending power down to the clutch for it to release, but it couldn't release because the bolt is sticking out. So let's get that tightened up and then we'll see what we got. Right, so what we've done, we've stripped it down, and as you can see on here, this is the shear plate clutch. Look at the, look how far that bolt is sticking out. Now what happens with the VAG stuff is this bolt comes undone, and then the teeth on the inside of this shear plate here spin, so the clutch operation still works, but it's not operating correctly because this is not attached. So the computer still thinks that the clutch is operating as it should do, but it's not, because the teeth inside here have worn out. So what we're going to try and do is take this out. X8R do a kit, as you can see on here, which is a new, what do they call it, Dan? Is it like, they call it a shear plate, don't they?
Shear plate, yeah.
Yeah, so they call it a shear plate. If you look in there though, can you see, let me get my thumb out of the way, can you see the teeth? So basically what happens is the bolt comes undone. Let me go out in the sun so you can actually see this, guys. Right, so what happens, the teeth in there, when that bolt comes undone, the teeth chew and it basically spins, so the clutch shear plate operation doesn't work and you get no aircon. So let's get the new one fitted on here and let's see if we've got aircon, which Kwik Fit couldn't work out. Alright guys, so what we're going to do first, we're just going to undo the bolts around the outside of the shear plate which hold it on. It's a bit tight in there, you know. We've got our very own Ed on the case this morning. Look, a bit of Ed, bit of Ed. Everyone loves a bit of Ed. Look at that, look.
Morning.
Hey. So, just going to undo that shear plate. The good thing is, I think the kit for this isn't that expensive. And they are quite common on the VAGs. So, I'm very surprised that a garage would re-gas the system knowing full well that the aircon system still didn't work, charge the customer for an aircon regas and send them on their way, which, yes, not ideal really, is it guys? So all we're doing at the moment is the 3 Torx. What are they, Dan? T30s?
30s.
So we've got 3 T30s which we are going to undo, and then we will see what that bolt in the middle does, whether we need to do something with it or whether it will just come off in one go, and then we can have a look at the teeth that are inside that shear plate. Right guys, so what we've had to do, just using a bar, just gently press up behind the shear plate just to put enough resistance on there to undo that centre bolt. Definitely fiddly to do with one person and film and use a ratchet at the same time. So that's it. So basically all we're doing is holding the shear plate while the bolt's undone. I'm expecting that to go ping, and then we can have a quick look at the teeth on the inside of that.
30 seconds, that's coming.
Hey, look at that bolt, she's coming.
You can see thread.
Lovely. That's what we want to hear. What will be really interesting is when we get the new shear plate on, if the air compressor starts working, because we still don't know if the air compressor is working
that's true.
until we get this bit changed. Right, so that is out. So now, technically, that's very, very hot, isn't it? There we go. Exactly as we thought.
Yep, no teeth.
No teeth at all. Look at this, guys. This is what happens, look. Can you see in there? No teeth at all. So basically what happens is the teeth shear and you lose the clutch on the aircon compressor. So no new compressor needed, hopefully. It's had a regas done at Kwik Fit and they sent her on her way even though they had no aircon working. So yeah, awesome stuff, eh? Have a quick look at the teeth on there. So let's have a quick look, make sure the teeth, yeah, look at that, the teeth are absolutely fine on that. So basically just worn out, and if I can get the new one, I'll quickly show you. I can get the new one. Look at the difference. Can you see the teeth in there? So all we're going to have to do is line that up on there. He says nice and easy, one-handed. Stan. Yeah. So basically, we're going to line it up on the teeth and then push it on. That's it. Just needs a Dan special. There you go. Spot on.
That might be alright.
Yeah, you might better get the bolt in now. I'll probably put the centre one in.
Just see how far these are away.
Yeah. So the centre one should pull it in.
It's close to that, but it's
yeah.
not quite there. Yeah, it's biting.
Biting. That's what we want to hear. So what we would do, we've put one in as a guide, and then we're going to use the centre part just to pull it in on the teeth. It did move when we pushed it on, so we know that it's not going to be pulling threads on. I think it does move. Oh, it's going to be exciting to see if we've fixed it, Dan. It's going to be exciting. Not cost then not cost the customer a new compressor. What did Kwik Fit say? It needed a condenser when it holds pressure. So how can it need a condenser? We hear so many funny things in this trade, don't we?
Yeah. People make stuff up, don't they?
Once you've put the outer bolts in, it'll give you the opportunity then to do up that middle part. Didn't have to take the belt off. All we had to do is remove the wheel and the inner wheel arch. Really pleased that we found a company that does a replacement part rather than buying the whole compressor. So yeah, we'll get this buttoned up, guys, and then let's see what the air conditioning is doing. Right, moment of truth, guys. Let's try and unfold myself into this seat and see if the aircon is going to work. Right, so let's turn that off before I get copyrighted. I'm going to kick in the aircon, Dan. Okay. So we're at 30.6. Look at that coming down, guys. That's the aircon on, yeah? We started off at 31. Look at that, Dan. Needed an aircon condenser, apparently. Let's try here. Here we go. The gas is now starting to circulate. I can really feel the difference now coming through the vents. Bearing in mind this car has just driven 45 minutes to get here, so it is absolutely red hot. Look at that, Dan. We started off at 31 degrees.
Yeah, in the right direction.
We are now at 18. Look at that, guys. Look at that, guys. Come on. Let me get out of here. So, guys, to round up this situation, the vehicle coming to us because she'd been down to Kwik Fit, said the aircon wasn't working. They did a regas for her. So they regassed the car, gave it back to her, she drove away, still hot. She took it back to the garage and said, it's still hot, guys. So they said it needs an aircon condenser. Craziest thing I've ever heard. How can it need a condenser if you just put gas in it? It means that would mean it would be leaking, but it's not leaking. And what we found on this car, as soon as I looked, I could see everything on the live data, everything working as it should do. So I knew there was a situation somewhere. I had a quick look under the bonnet and I could see that the bolt was sticking out on the shear plate for the clutch. So we went underneath, we tried to do it up to see if it was just slipping slightly, but you know, we've stuck a new shear plate on there. We haven't even charged the customer for a compressor because 9 times out of 10 they would have charged them for a compressor, which it didn't need. Dan managed to find the shear plate or the clutch as a repair kit. Done. That customer's going to be driving out of here with aircon working. So, you know where to come, guys, if you need aircon sorting out. We don't muck around, guys. Have a great day.